It's well known by now that the word audiophile has some highly charged stereotypes attached to it. Audiophiles typically are crotchety. They're typically people that feel that hi-fi and audio should be exclusive. Can audiophiles be women? Can there be audiophiles that don't have a system? Can audiophiles be children? Is it time that we update the definition of the word and bring it into the 21st century? Hi everybody, welcome to another installment of the ecoustics video series. My name is Emiko, and of course this is Victoria. And today we want to talk to you about audiophiles. Not audiophiles in general, but the word audiophile. What does it mean? What does it stand for? And is it time that we update the definition of the word and bring it into the 21st century? If we harken back to the inaugural episode of this video series, you might remember we discussed what an audiophile is. And I said that according to Merriam-Webster's dictionary, an audiophile is someone who is enthusiastic about high-fidelity sound reproduction. As definitions go, that's pretty straightforward, but it's equally broad if you think about it. Because if you take that word enthusiastic, there are varying degrees of enthusiasm, aren't there? And there are also, subjectively speaking, varying degrees of high fidelity. And if you are on any of the audiophile forums, you know this to be true. So over the past few months, the ecoustics team and I have been sitting down discussing what this word audiophile means, how it's perceived by so many people, some negative connotations, some positive connotations. What does an audiophile look like? When you conjure up that word in your mind, what do most people see? Well, I can tell you this, most people don't see somebody like me. This I already know, but it's no secret that I'm a huge audiophile. I love my hi-fi and audio community, and I love the industry, and I'm hoping that we're gonna get more new faces involved. So let's go back to the dictionary definition. Somebody who is enthusiastic about high fidelity reproduction. Well, enthusiastic. So does that mean this person is committed to it? Are they fanatical? Are they evangelical? Or do they just feel good about it and it makes them happy? Are any or all of those things wrong or right? Or can all of them coexist together? Next, let's talk about the term high fidelity. Now, Merriam-Webster's dictionary defines high fidelity as the reproduction of an effect, such as sound or an image, that stays very faithful to the original. Now, again, this definition is fairly straightforward, but there is room for flexibility in there. Because, for example, if something is reproduced differently than it was recorded, it's not actually faithful to the original, but we do our best. It's well known by now that the word audiophile has some highly charged stereotypes attached to it. And that picture is something that is widely seen in the forums, in audiophile groups, in audio shows, and even through haphazard and nonchalant memes about audio. Audiophiles typically are older men. They're typically older, rich white men. They're typically crotchety. They're typically people that don't like new music. They're typically people that feel that hi-fi and audio should be exclusive. Well, judging by the person who's making this video, I can tell you that that is just a stereotype and that's not complete gospel. But here's a question for you. If everybody builds systems to fulfill their own musical and listening desires, then doesn't it make those systems good for that listener? Isn't it all subjective at the end of the day? Today's video is brought to you by SVS, makers of high-performance speakers, subwoofers, cables, wireless audio gear, and so much more. SVS provides thrilling and immersive audio experiences with expert support, white glove service, and a sound that far exceeds the price. To learn more, visit svsound.com and join the sound revolution. So that's one of the reasons why the acoustics team and I thought it would be good to make this video, is to ask what that word audiophile means to you. Is it somebody that just loves music and loves listening to music in any form? Is it somebody that's committed to the gear and to the components? Is it somebody who's committed to both? Is it somebody that knows nothing about any of it but is hungry for it? Or is it just somebody who wants to connect with other people because they love music so much? Or is it all of those things? Given the statistics over the past 2 years that global music sales spiked in 2020, and so did hi-fi sales, it stands to reason that that term audiophile could use an updated definition. I think it's high time that we start looking at the word as a more inclusive and positive term, a term that's more democratized, a term that's more egalitarian, a term that denotes and paints the picture of a community where all people are welcome, no matter where they are on their journey in hi-fi and audio. So does that mean that somebody who's brand new can be an audiophile? Can there be audiophiles that don't have a system? I happen to know quite a few of them that exist. Can there be audiophiles whose systems leave a bit to be desired? Perhaps it's a budgetary thing. Perhaps it's something having to do with the family heirloom. Perhaps it's something having to do with their attachment to certain components and pieces of gear that were with them at a very particular time in their life. Those people exist too. Can audiophiles be women? I'm going to say yes to that. Can audiophiles be any age? Can they be children? Absolutely. So in the comment section below, wherever you might be watching this, I want you to leave us a note letting us know what the word audiophile has meant to you historically, what it means to you personally and how you interpret it and your experience as an audiophile, and also how you'd like to see that term grow. And if you're not too fond of the word audiophile, let's start a contest to see who can come up with the best replacement term. And no, hi-fi enthusiast will not qualify. We're gonna have to do better than that. Not that there's anything wrong with that term, but we want to replace audiophile with a single word, definable term that can bring everybody together, that show our love of music, our love of the components and our systems, and show our love of the connection with the people that make up this wonderful, wonderful community. If you like videos like this, make sure to give this a big thumbs up, hit the subscribe or follow button wherever you're watching this. If you're on YouTube, ring that bell to turn your notifications on, and head over to ecoustics.com and make sure to sign up for our newsletter because our team is constantly creating and pushing out new original pieces of content on a daily basis, whether it's video, whether it's audio podcasts, whether it's live streams, or whether it's articles, how-tos, and recommendations. You're gonna wanna join the Ecoustics family. So remember, ecoustics.com. And until next time, everybody, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.